Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Real quick, if you haven't before, smash that subscribe button. Today, I'm going to be doing another mod to the new to me, 2026 Toyota Tacoma. I'm going to add some shackles or D-rings to the front of the truck. Now, in the past, I've utilized some from Rough Country, and to be honest, the installation is not a whole lot of fun. I mean, anybody can do it. It's not horribly difficult, but it's cumbersome, I guess. So I came across something else, and if you're not familiar with shackles or D-rings, of course, I'll show you here. They are these things. I'm going to go with black at this time because that's what I have, but I may swap them out with red down the road. Now, for capacity, these are rated, let's see, does it say? I think it's 10,000 pounds. Let's see if it actually says anything here. Working load 10,471, braking load 41,887 pounds. So they certainly should be functional to be able to be used if you need them as a recovery point or even a towing point. But let's take a look at what I've got here. I have not opened the box myself yet, so I'm going to be curious to see. This could be a really short video, I guess, if this is not what I expect. All right, let's see what we've got here. A great big box for another smaller box. All right, I found these, of course, on Amazon, you know, the holy grail for parts, it seems. You can find about anything you want out there. And I'm really curious to see if they did come with their own shackles. I'll be darned. So they are a little bit of a different finish. They're a shiny finish. I think I'm probably going to go ahead and use what came with the kit. So I will not need to use what I have. And it looks like, let's see, this even has a feature where you can put a pin through here to lock up the shackle. A little bit different design. It's got a screw that holds these on versus screwing into the shackle themselves. A little bit fancier, I think, than what I'm used to. And here's the cotter pin or key, whatever you call it, to go ahead and hold those on. Now, let's see about the brackets, the most important part. This is what they look like. How's the finish? Don't see any chippage, don't see any rust. That's always a good thing. Let's check the other. Of course, the second shackle. And there's no hardware that comes with this, which I guess is not really surprising since you use the bolts that are on the truck already. But this is the second one. We have one little chip right here. I don't know how you keep these things from chipping. They bang around on each other. There's this tiny, tiny chip there. And that looks like about it. Otherwise, some of the better finished, I think, parts like this that I've gotten as far as chips and things go. Now, as far as putting them on, let's take a look under the truck. Again, it's pretty simple, I think. You've got the tie-down points or the shipping points. That's what these really are. A lot of people call these recovery points. And maybe the one on the other side it's a little bit more robust, but what I'm putting on is going to be bolted directly to the frame and should be a little stronger, I think, than what we have. Now, I did loosen these up a little bit. You always have to kind of break them by hand, right? They do take a 17 millimeter socket, and I will be putting a little bit of Loctite on these once I take them off, just to make sure they actually stay on. Last thing you want to do is have a shackle come flying off while you're driving across the road, right? So let's go ahead and remove, obviously, what's on. There should be enough space, I believe, and we're going to find out. To do this with the Miller Cat skid plate, yeah, it looks fine. Just eyeballing it under here. All right, let's go ahead, get these off. Works really easy when you've already broken them, right? Okay, that's the factory plate, if you will. And we are going to reuse the bolts, as I mentioned. So let me grab some Loctite, grab a bracket, we'll go ahead and get one on. Okay, as I mentioned, I am going to go ahead and load these up with some Loctite. Again, never hurts, better safe than sorry. The way these are in and the way the bolts are designed, I can't imagine they would ever come out. And of course, I am an overkiller when it comes to Loctite, so that's just kind of the way I do it. Let's go ahead, load these up. My philosophy is, if a little is good, surely a lot must be better. All right, now let's go ahead, grab the bracket. And see about positioning it up here. And this is where we'll find out if these things are any good, if the holes actually line up and fit. You know, it's always an unknown. All right, so far so good. I'm not exactly sure. I think I'm putting them on the right way. I suppose you could probably flip these around and put them on whichever way you want. They do fit perfectly, so you do want to make sure there is a little bit of play in the back and forth on these, if you will. So I'm gonna push mine to the outside. That seems to line them up pretty well, because they will go either way, right? Now I just need to tighten these puppies up, and I'll finish it off by hand. There is no torque spec that I've seen, so that looks pretty good to me. Now I want to go ahead and, like I said, finish them up by hand. And this is just the old RobMotive torque spec. There we go. That looks pretty good. Now, I did decide to go ahead and use my previous, assuming they fit, Shackles. I just prefer the way the pins go in. There's nothing wrong with the other ones. I mean, you certainly could use those if you want. And just like the new ones, mine have little rubber washers, if you will, to kind of deaden any kind of sound you can get. And it looks like I might have to move this one a little bit to the left. I guess I should have checked that before I applied the Rob torque. But anyway, that's the way it goes. Go ahead and see if I can get this started. And the washers, you know, these are hit or miss. I have different sizes. These look like they're going to be maybe too big. Yeah, I think so. So anyway, you get the idea. I'm going to go ahead and tighten these down, get them on there with the washers, and then I'll do the other side, and then I'll show you guys the finished product. We've got both sides done, as you can see there. I do always add a little extra when I'm doing D-rings, and that's this little keychain rope, if you will. It just has a screw-on connection on one side, and the whole point of this is if for some reason the pin ever started to back out, this rope would stop it from screwing all the way out, and then the shackle dropping, and who knows what happens after that while you're traveling 80 miles an hour down the freeway, right? And I'm talking about the people behind you. Also, it's a little bit of a security measure. It is a metal rope. To get it off, I find that it's pretty difficult after this thing sits for a while. Exposure to the elements, moisture and stuff, it kind of seizes a little bit. And it's pretty difficult to unscrew this to be able to remove the D-ring. with your bare hands. You would need a tool, and that's if anybody even knows what the heck they're doing. So anyway, it's just an added, I guess, feature, if you will, to kind of keep everything from moving around. And I'm sure there's different versions of this. The only thing I don't like about it is it's silver. You can get them with a black clasp, and I may actually replace it, particularly if I switch out the D-rings here to red. Anyway, it's a very simple product, or project I should say. The product is excellent. Goes on very easy. There's plenty of room between the Miller Cat skid plate, you can see here, and the bracketry, and it works really well. I really do like it. Anyway, that's it. Project done. Another mod added to the new Tacoma. Leave a comment. Let me know if you've ever done these or what you think of them. I'd be curious to know. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.